Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go through some basic open chords. For example, E, E minor, A minor, D, D minor, C, and G. First is an E chord, which is my first two strings open, my first finger on the third string, first fret, my third finger on the fourth string, second fret, my second finger on the fifth string, second fret, and then my sixth string open. An E minor is going to be the same shape, but without my first finger. Next we have the A chord, in which we have the first string open, my pinky on the second string, second fret, my third finger on the third string, second fret, my second finger on the fourth string, second fret, and we only strum from the fifth string down, so that means no sixth string. Now this one has a couple different fingerings. Another common one is going to be my third finger on the second string, second fret, second finger on the third string, second fret, and my first finger on the fourth string, second fret. Notice that they both sound the same, so it doesn't really matter either way. Next we have an A minor, which is my first string open, first finger on the second string, first fret, third finger on the third string, second fret, and my second finger on the fourth string, second fret. This one again, we only go from the fifth string down, and it's a lot like our E shape, so it might be easier to think about it like our first E chord, down, everything moves down one set of strings. Next we have a D chord, which I'm going to put my second finger on the first string, second fret, my third finger on the second string, third fret, my first finger on the third string, second fret, and here we only strum from the fourth string down. Next we have a D minor, which is my first finger on the first string, first fret, my third finger on the second string, third fret, and my second finger on the third string, second fret. Again, we only strum from the fourth string down. Next we have a C chord, which is going to start out with my first string open, my first finger on the second string, first fret, the third string open, second finger on the fourth string, second fret, my third finger on the fifth string, third fret. And here we only strum from the fifth string down, so no sixth string. Finally, we have a G chord, which is with my pinky on the first string, third fret, my third finger on the second string, third fret, this third and fourth strings open, first finger on the fifth string, second fret, and my second finger on the sixth string, third fret. What's really going to help out with all of this is to actually pick a chord like E, strum it, take your fingers off, put your fingers back on, take your fingers off, put your fingers back on. Repeat this as much as you can and with all the chords, A minor, D, G, C. And then pick two chords, for example, E and D, and just try going back and forth between them as quickly as you can. Then finally, plug them into chord progressions with some rhythms, and you'll be all set. A couple tips in case your chords aren't sounding right is to make sure that you're using the tips of your fingers, that you're not using under here or kind of right by the nail. You want it right on the meat of your fingers. Also make sure that you're pressing down hard before you develop calluses. It might hurt a little bit. Another thing is to watch out, make sure you're not on the fret. Remember, you want to be in between the frets. So you got a little bit of leeway room, so don't be afraid in case the D seems a little tight or that C stretches kind of far, to make sure that you move your first finger up if you can or your third finger down if you can. But you don't want it on the frets. Another thing is, especially with open strings, sound like an E chord, sometimes you won't get those bottom two. Make sure that your thumb's back. I would say keep your second finger and thumb almost in line, and you almost want to pinch it. Reason being is that if you don't create this space, you see right there, sometimes your hand can kind of block out those strings.